In your 20s and 30s, you're standing on the edge of possibility. The world feels wide open, and with every new skill, or promotion, it seems your future could take any shape you design. But while these decades brim with potential, they're also the stretch of life where the right or wrong money decisions can set you on the path toward comfort and financial freedom, or keep you stuck in cycles of stress and missed opportunities for decades to come. Today, let's dig deep into the 10 most common and costly financial mistakes made in these crucial years. Think of this as your roadmap, guiding you around the potholes and pitfalls and helping you build wealth that lasts. First up, living paycheck to paycheck. It's a phrase that gets tossed around so casually, it almost sounds like the norm, just part of being young and figuring it out. But the reality is far less forgiving. When each paycheck vanishes as soon as it arrives, rent, streaming services, brunches, ride shares, the grip of stress tightens. One unexpected car breakdown, trip to the ER, or even a missed shift at work can send your plans into chaos. The antidote? Awareness in action. Start by tracking every single dollar that flows in and out of your life, even if only for a month. There are countless apps and spreadsheets, but even jotting transactions into a notebook works. Once the patterns emerge, cut back on any non-essential spending and funnel your first $1,000 into an emergency fund. This isn't about austerity, it's about resilience, about giving yourself enough breathing room to handle what life throws at you. Over time, as you grow this buffer, the perpetual anxiety of counting down to every payday starts to fade. Which brings us naturally to mistake number 2, skipping the emergency fund altogether. Without this safeguard, every surprise expense is a crisis, usually one solved by swiping a credit card or taking out a loan, which only digs the hole deeper. A solid goal is 3 to 6 months of your essential expenses, rent or mortgage, food, utilities, sitting safe in a high-yield savings account. This is not an investment. It's your insurance against life's curveballs, medical bills, job loss, or family emergencies. If stacking up thousands sounds daunting, remember that building wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. Start with that first 1,000 and work up incrementally. Every month you add something, you're buying yourself peace of mind and the freedom to take smart risks like switching jobs or moving cities without fear. Mistake number 3 is flying blind without a budget. The phrase, "I'll just wing it," has torpedoed many a bank account. It happens small and slow. $6 artisanal coffees, a new subscription, the spontaneous dinner out. Each harmless in isolation, but together they form a steady leak. The solution isn't necessarily about saying no to everything fun, but about understanding where your money is actually going. The simplest approach? The 50-30-20 rule. Reserve half your income for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings and debt repayment. If that feels restrictive, craft your own system. But whatever you do, automate it. Set up direct deposits for savings. Allow technology to take over the heavy lifting, so willpower isn't required every single payday. Over time, small habits compound into lasting security. Mistake number 4 might surprise you. Lifestyle inflation. This happens the minute your paycheck goes up and you start thinking, I deserve more. More clothes, better gadgets, a nicer apartment, a flashier car. The problem isn't enjoying the fruits of your labor. It's letting your expenses grow in lockstep with your income so you never actually build wealth. Real millionaires, contrary to TV stereotypes, tend to keep their spending flat, even as paychecks swell, and invest the gap. Every time you get a raise, celebrate. Then automate higher contributions to retirement or investment accounts before you even see the extra money in your checking account. The secret isn't deprivation. It's giving yourself more choices later by not locking yourself into ever more expensive habits now. 5th on the list, high-interest debt. The little plastic rectangles in your wallet promise freedom, but often deliver the opposite. Credit cards, payday loans, buy now, pay later plans. These can come with interest rates of 20, sometimes even 30%, making them almost impossible to pay off if you only cover the minimums. The math is brutal. A $5,000 balance at 20% interest, paid off slowly, can cost you thousands in extra fees over just a few years. The solution is to attack these debts with everything you've got, starting with the ones that have the highest rate, a method called the avalanche. Each balance you pay off is a double victory. You're not just freeing up cash, you're stopping the banks from siphoning away your future. And once those are gone, redirect those payments into investments that earn you money instead of costing you money. Mistake number 6, waiting to invest. I'll start when I have more money is a tempting excuse. It feels like investments are for later, once you're stable or earning 6 figures. But here's the harsh truth. Every year you wait, you lose the most powerful force in building wealth. Compound growth, oh no. Even modest contributions, started early, snowball into serious sums due to the magic of compounding. Picture this. 50 invested monthly in an index fund starting at age 25, growing at just 8% a year, can become nearly $150,000 by age 65. Wait until 35 at the start, and you end up with barely half as much. Don't worry about picking the perfect stock. Low-cost, broad market index funds offer an easy on-ramp. Time in the market always beats timing the market. Number 7, buying new, shiny, depreciating assets. It's tempting to walk into a dealership and drive off in a brand new car, basking in the new car smell and the envy of your friends. But hidden in that transaction is an invisible cost. New cars shed about 20% of their value the second you leave the lot and continue losing thousands each year after that. Leasing is often worse. Monthly payments for a car you'll never own. If you must have a car, research reliable 2 to 3-year-old models where someone else took the biggest hit on depreciation and you can pay less for years of worry-free driving. Put the difference toward assets that grow in value, like real estate, stocks, or even your own education. The same logic applies elsewhere. Don't sink your money into the latest, rapidly depreciating gadgets or lifestyle upgrades. Focus on what appreciates or produces income. Mistake number 8, assuming you know enough about money. They don't teach this in school. The ins and outs of whys, the fundamentals of investing, the best practices for managing credit. Every year you spend without actively learning is a year that you're probably leaving money on the table. The good news? It's easier than ever to grow your financial knowledge. Commit to reading one well-regarded finance book each month. Follow trustworthy channels and creators. Don't chase get-rich-quick schemes or viral TikTok stock tips, but do absorb the basics: budgeting, compounding, understanding index funds, the fundamentals of taxes. This is lifelong self-defense. Your future self will thank you. Mistake number 9, letting impulse spending and forgotten subscriptions eat away at your future. We live in a world where swiping is frictionless. One-click purchases, tap to pay, monthly subscriptions that barely register on your radar. Before you know it, you're paying for 4 streaming services, a meditation app, 2 cloud storage plans, a meal kit delivery, a fitness subscription, and you're regularly using half of them at best. The fix is simple but powerful. Make it a habit to review your recurring charges every quarter. Keep a running list, and if you don't use something at least once a month, cancel it. Channel the recovered funds into your savings or investments. The same goes for impulse purchases. If you see something you want, pause for a day or 2 before you hit buy. Often the urge fades and your money stays put. Finally, mistake number 10, neglecting to negotiate your salary. This is one of the most common and expensive mistakes young professionals make. We negotiate over rent, vacation packages, and even dinner locations. But when it comes to our own income, too many people accept the first number offered, often costing themselves tens of thousands of dollars or more over the course of a career. Before your next performance review or job offer, research salary data for your job and city. Practice your case with a friend. When the time comes, make a clear, confident ask. Even a small raise, 2%, 5%, 10%, compounds across every future raise and bonus. That small conversation today could be the difference between scraping by and thriving decades from now. In sum, these 10 pitfalls are not traps set deliberately. They're the result of going on autopilot, of following habits that everyone else seems to have, without questioning the long-term consequences. But you're not everyone else. By paying attention now in the years where change is easiest and compounding is most powerful, you're setting the stage for options. Travel, home ownership, early retirement, or the freedom to pursue your passion without fear. To put this all together, let's return to the big picture. Building wealth in your 20s and 30s is not about perfection or even about denying yourself every pleasure. It's about setting up systems, autopiloted, low friction, sustainable systems that keep your money working for you quietly in the background. It's about controlling the controllables, your savings rate, your debt payoff strategy, your willingness to learn, and your ability to negotiate. It's about recognizing that the small, invisible choices, choosing a used car instead of a new one, reading one finance book a month, resisting the urge to buy on impulse, are the engine behind future freedom. Because here's the truth. Nobody became wealthy overnight, and almost nobody became wealthy by accident. It's a process of gradual wins, interrupted occasionally by setbacks and mistakes that teach hard lessons if you pay attention. The earlier you start, the more forgiving this journey becomes. A decade's head start can mean hundreds of thousands of extra dollars over a lifetime, just from climbing over compounding's curve while your peers are still circling the starting line. And here's a final word. The most important asset you have in your 20s and 30s is not the amount of money in your account, but time. Every dollar you invest, every debt you clear, every bit of financial knowledge you acquire is amplified by that asset. Let your 20s and 30s be the decades you lay the strongest foundation you can. Don't let the pressure of keeping up push you into debt or out of your own dreams. Don't let comfort today rob you of options tomorrow. Instead, become the friend who not only enjoys life, but who is also unexpectedly, quietly, financially secure. So take a breath and remind yourself. Avoiding these mistakes isn't about saying no to fun or excitement. It's about saying yes to everything you might want later. That vacation, your own home, helping family, starting a business, carving a life driven by purpose rather than fear. If you've already stumbled into one or more of these traps, don't waste energy on guilt. Each day is another chance to step in a better direction. Choose awareness over autopilot. Choose learning over guessing. Choose the kind of wealth that brings freedom, not just things. Your smartest years are ahead of you. They begin today with the small choices you make while everyone else is on cruise control. Welcome to a life by design, one smart move at a time.